I like your Kaji.
Today we'll be practicing how to design characters by learning how to draw hair. Typically people start out drawing hair that comes out a little flat at first, but with this video you can construct more hairstyles from the roots up. After you've drawn the main facial features, you can break down the top of the head into 3 parts: the front, the side, and the back. These will be the main segments of the hair that will make up its own shape. You can analyze your favorite manga's hairstyles and find that they have some sort of separation if you look for the structure of the hair. Breaking it down into simple shapes will make this much easier. When drawing the texture of the hair, you need to follow the form and contour of that basic shape. This is way more important than drawing individual strands on the head. After you've developed the form of the hair and head, you can then develop those groups of strands and can change it up with the strand that converges, diverges, or diverges then converges. After focusing on the shape, you can delineate more granular strands in the details like so. After breaking up the head into parts and its general form, you can start to develop your hair from the root. When drawing hair, we need to make sure that the parts of the hair all converge at a hairline or a hair swirl so that the hair can layer naturally. You can be creative with where to place your hair points or hairlines, like with mid parts, comb overs where the hairline is to the side, but for this picture I'll just put it straight at the top of the head. This point is where your hair will be coming from. After establishing the hair swirl, we can start drawing the basic shape of the hair. I'll be going for a bob haircut for this demo. I'm going to start with the hair coming from the side, going down to frame the face. As her head is tilted down, I'll just go with what makes sense with gravity and let the hair flow. After delineating the sides, I can develop the bangs. The key to making the hair look good is to be mindful of how the hair layers and overlaps with each other. In this hairstyle, the sides are making a slight curtain over the bangs, but the bangs are still rounding out. Notice I'm not focused on drawing individual strands yet, and I'm just going with the flow of the head shape and letting gravity do the rest. The silhouette of the hair is pretty integral, so take your time and draw and redraw till you have something to your liking. Another thing that's really key for drawing hair is your strokes, something that I'm working on as well. Having control over your line width can help indicate more volume and definition, so make sure your stroke game is on point by just practicing how to taper your lines on command. I'm using a drawing tablet with the G Pen on Clip Studio, so it still registers pressure. The cool thing is that if I mess up, I can just undo with Ctrl Z to keep trying. When the basic shapes have been set, you can draw in that hair texture. I'm just imagining that there is a light source to the character's right, and shading the contours like a ball, and drawing the lines down in contour with the basic round shape. After that, I'll do the same for the sides. When I draw black hair, as I get closer to the light source, I like to leave wider shapes of white to indicate highlights and leave it largely uninked. But I also like to emphasize the darker side of the head. Finally, I'm drawing in the back. I tilted the head for today's drawing to show you how the hair converges to the hair whorl. The sides and the back quite mesh together, but I still indicate the separation around the ear line with a thicker line. After developing the contour and texture of the hair, I can start adding individual strands, which will make the hair less stiff and more natural. Also, I'm going back in to add some highlights into areas where I want more pop. Digital drawing software like Clip Studio Paint is great for just switching to white and just drawing like normal, but with traditional drawing, you can use white ink to go on top with ink marks, or can try strokes with an eraser on pencil. With some finishing touches, I'm going to chop off some volume on her hair and play around with more highlights. A cool tip with using white to go over black hair is you can switch up the direction of your white line compared to the contour to overlap the hair and make it look like an individual strand. And after that, we have one bob hairstyle. By just breaking down the hair into parts, understanding contour and form, you can make any other hairstyle as well. Here's another hairstyle with the hair tied up. Let's try a quick male hairstyle where the hairline roots are showing more. Develop the front, contour, side, contour, back, contour, individual strand time, highlights, and bam, another fresh fade. Say no more. And that's a wrap. If you're interested in learning more about making manga and comics, feel free to check out my other videos linked below. I'll see you next time.